Hey guys, Tim here, and we're talking about reasons why you should not go ultralight. The number one reason I think is that you give up way too much comfort. You really have to consider whether or not giving up some of the kind of creature comforts is worth it or not. And so for me, one of my creature comforts, and you'll laugh, is this Thermarest Z Pad. And the Thermarest Z Pad I think is really comfortable. It's only about 2 to 3 ounces, and it's something where I consider this to be pretty essential to my experience. It's something where I can use it to kind of sit on a rock. I can use it to kind of take a load off after a long day of hiking. I can kind of use it to kneel if the ground is kind of wet or snow covered. And to me, this is essential to the experience. I'm not leaving this for going ultralight. And for some other people, it may be your backpacking chair. That's something that you want to have and you honestly cannot leave behind. And if it becomes essential to the experience and you're trying to get rid of that in the name of going ultralight, don't do it. It is not worth it. In general, small weight savings will not enhance your experience. Cutting off the end of my toothbrush does not make me a better hiker or make the experience of going to the Maroon Bells or Red River Gorge that much more exciting. It's sometimes we have to consider whether or not these small savings and losing comfort, shaving off ounces here, add an appreciable difference to the hike. The third reason why you should not move to ultralight backpacking is if it starts not being fun. And I've talked to Super Josh about this quite a bit, but one of the big things I always tell him is if weighing all your stuff and fighting to get down below 10 pounds base weight, if it starts to become work, then to me that is totally not worth it. That's where you should start having a conversation with yourself. And you should ask yourself, now, am I doing this for a base weight or to hit a specific target or a number? Or am I doing this for the hike? Is this gonna make that big of a difference to me? I don't know about you guys, but I go out there to have a good time. I go out there to relax, kind of decompress. And if it starts becoming work, then I'm not gonna go. Ultralight backpacking is really expensive. I still try to put out budget video ideas so you get kind of some sense of that there are some ultralight options out there that aren't that pricey. But in general, the lighter you get, the more expensive your gear is gonna be. You have to start thinking a whole lot about value. Is spending $14 on a titanium pot lid replacement worthwhile for the 2 ounces that you've saved? Is it worthwhile to pay $300 to save 1 pound from your base weight? And those are questions I can't answer for you. I don't know what your budget's like. I don't know how much money you spend on backpacking gear, but that's something you have to think about because ultralight backpacking can get pricey very, very quickly. You also shouldn't do this if it gets dangerous for you. And I always tell people you have to be careful, and I have to be careful not to go what I call stupid light. And stupid light is different for every person because of their level of skill, their level of experience. And so let me give you an example for me. If I decided that I really want to make sure my base weight was under 10 pounds, and I chose to go with a 30-degree quilt, even though I know there was a possibility in the mountains that it goes down to 10 degrees at night. If I made that choice to carry that 30-degree quilt in the name of base weight, I would consider myself to be going stupid light. And you really have to think about whether or not you are doing that. If you give up something that's a substantial comfort or that you consider a need or it actually is a need, then it is not worth it. You have to make sure that what you are doing is safe and you're gonna have a good time and you come back from your trip. So don't go stupid light. The gear is not as durable. There, I said it. Some people are not gonna like it, but if you want gear that is absolutely bomb-proof, I mean, you think you can throw this thing to the ground, you can drag it across rocks. I tell people, look at US mill surplus stuff. I mean, that stuff is not ultralight by any means whatsoever, but it is tough. Now, granted, you do have to take care of your gear no matter what you're carrying, but as you get more and more ultralight, you're gonna find yourself trying to make sure you treat your gear properly. Not only does it cost more, but it just is not as durable. It's not something that's gonna last generations. A completely Cuban fiber pack is gonna need to be replaced much sooner than something that's completely ripstop nylon or something that's US mill serp. It's just how it is. And finally, I know I have a lot of people who watch who are into bushcrafting and into a lot of heavy camping. You can get a lot of tips from ultralight backpackers or people who are into lightweight hiking. but it's not the end all be all. You have to make sure that you're kind of doing it for yourself and it has a purpose. If you're only hiking a mile or two in, you may not need a 10-pound base weight. For some people, they may do it just because it makes it easier on them. But a lot of people, if you're just going 2 miles in, who cares at that point? You can be traditional if you like. You can get things that are kind of bomb-proof and really resistant to kind of wearing out. And that may be more important for you. So what are some reasons that you have not gone ultralight? Have I hit on any of them here already? And if you have gone ultralight or to more lightweight gear, what are some things that kind of stopped you from getting to that point? Let me know in the comments down below, guys. Thanks for watching. Peace.